Here's a rare opportunity to find a bunch of these together. 30 of these Darda pullback cars. So these are kind of like the German Hot Wheels track cars. You'll find more Europeans played with these than Americans. And they are pretty cool. They started in West Germany with diecast bodies, and like a lot of things over the years ended up being made in China with plastic bodies, but they're pretty cool. I'll show you a bunch of examples. Here's a great Porsche. This is one of the more iconic ones. And you basically just rev them back, and then you would put them on the track, and off they go. And they're you know, with the new ones, when they're new, they have pretty powerful motors. And they came in all sorts of cool looks and castings. Here's a Mercedes. I don't think this one ever got played with. That one's got a much more powerful motor. And they sold replacement motors and all of that kind of stuff. So when you're shopping for these, the oldest ones are going to have a base like this one that's going to have, they're all clear, and they're going to say West Germany, and they're going to say either the name of the car, like this one does, Porsche 911, or they're going to say Darda car on them. They might say Series 10, or they might not, but those are your older ones. And then as they get newer, you get into some of the other series where they're made in China. And like, you know, here's an example of a newer one from the 90s, probably made for the US market. And they're still pretty fast, and they all go on the same tracks. That one's a plastic body, right? Some of these other ones, like the Sizetta, is a newer one, made in China, plastic body. Still fast. Got a Mustang, a Mercedes race car there. Here's kind of a unique one, sadly missing its little rider, but little three-wheel motorcycle. Still goes on the same track as the rest of the cars. Corvette, you've got the Doom Buggy. That's one of the older ones here, of maybe a late 70s piece there. Then there's even imitators. Like, look at that. It looks like one, right? But it's not. It's a Speed Turbo, generic one made to compete. Actually works a lot better than some of the older Darda cars in this collection. There's really all kinds of them. Here's some cool made in Germany, longer wheelbase Formula 1 cars. You got a Honda and another one there. Sometimes they need a little help to go. That happens over the years. Sometimes they get like a hair in there or a carpet fiber, or they just need a little bit of lubrication. Or like I said, you can buy complete replacement motors for them. They're kind of fun to collect because they're kind of like Matchbox or Hot Wheels in the sense that they have variation. So here's the Knight Rider kit Trans Am, right? And it looks like, hey, you've got 3 of the same ones up there, but this one's got yellow interior. This one's got, or I should say, yellow seats, red seats, black seats. So when you get into collecting these, like a lot of German collectors do, it really can throw you for a loop to try to collect all the variations, just like the John Player Special up here. Pretty sweet one where it's got the red driver. That one liked to drive off the edge there, whoops. It's got the red driver, it's got the yellow driver, and it's got another version with the black driver. And there are varying rarities. And so the real collectors really know which ones are worth a lot and which ones aren't. I find that, you know, one that works in average shape and is in average condition in terms of having some nicks or whatever is usually worth around 10 to 12 bucks. Some of the more obscure ones, when you get into the European sports cars, and especially the more obscure European sports cars like the Lancias and the Renault, and some that I don't have in this batch, you know, they can be worth up to 50 or 60 bucks as loose, $100 in their package. So that's pretty much your range, you know. Typical ones that you'll find in a flea market pile is probably a $10 to $20 piece. But then up from there, especially when they're in really beautiful shape, like our police Mercedes here that obviously never got played with and has a really strong running engine. So lots of fun with these, all kinds of cool castings. Here's a Nissan Z, the Corvette here. I only have a red one, but this came in silver and white too, I think, at least black as well. So there's all kinds of variations to collect, hundreds and hundreds of Darda cars, both from the metal body period, the German base period, and the China base period. There you go. There's a little bit more about these that non-Americans know a whole lot about. These Darda cards are all available for sale on my eBay account. My eBay ID is Diecast Hunter USA. So check them out if you're of a mind to buy 1 or 2 or 30. They're all available starting today on my eBay account. And remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I've got all kinds of great content, whether it's learning about obscure diecast or previews for my various weekly upcoming no reserve live auctions that I do over in Facebook groups. Take a minute, check it out, and please hit like and subscribe. I sure appreciate you guys. Thanks so much and happy collecting.